Go ahead and close your eyes. Start with a few deep breaths. Right, recognizing that your mind will continue to run on, right? Dispelling any notion of stopping your mind. It's not going to happen. But allowing yourself to drop into your breath and body for the next hour. Open the eyes, drop the chin down to the chest, open up the back of the neck. And just some gentle rolls of the head from side to side. Taking it around back, if that's right for you. The neck is often a place where we hold a lot of tension. And come back to sitting. So a couple of times with our hands behind us, right? Nice step back of the hands. We're going to use the legs to kind of warm up the hips a little bit. So leaning back, bring the right ankle on top of the left knee, okay? Some of you are going to be able to sit upright that way. Some of you will come halfway. That's okay. Stay there for just a moment. And then lean back. So we're not really staying here very long. We're more just kind of rhythmically rocking back and forth to open up the hips. Left ankle over right. A couple more times. Right ankle over left. Bring yourself upright. Right? Some of you may have a lot of sensation just back here, and that's fine. And then again, left ankle over right knee. And bring it up. Rock back, right ankle over left knee. This time, allow yourself to sit up with it, right? If you need to kind of make a little bit of adjustment, that's fine. Bring the hands behind you, press down, lengthen the spine. This may be plenty of sensation for you, right? If it's too much, just take the right shin in front of the left. And then come into a forward fold. Any depth of a forward fold. Bring it back, hands behind you again. Left ankle over right knee. Bring it up. And again, little adjustments if you need to make that sustainable. And again, if this is too much for you altogether, left shin in front of right. Get up. And then bring the hands on top. And come into a forward fold. Nice. Bring it back up. Come onto hands and knees. And just a couple times on your own. Flow through cat and cow. Your cat, you drop the tailbone, you round the back, you puff up in between the shoulder blades. And then as you come through your cow, get that sensation of drawing the chest through, tipping the tailbone up. And just a couple times on your own. So next time you come back through center, stay there. Take the right arm, and as you lift it up, a little bit of twist there. Slide that right hand all the way through. Settle the right side of your head down. I like to walk the left hand a little up and out. I like to come onto fingertips on that standing hand so I can apply some nice pressure. And then turn. And just the last couple of breaths, you can take that left leg out to the side, right, parallel with the front edge of the mat, and turn a little more. Nice. Go ahead and bring it back. Come back to center. Left arm up. Slide it through. Settle the left side of the head down. Walk the right hand out. And then a couple of breaths here. Press down with the outside of that left arm, which is touching the mat. And then you can take that right leg out to the right and turn into a little more. Nice. And back through center. Press back into a downward facing dog. Lift the heels up. Press the hips up and back. Lengthen the arms. And then keeping that nice deep crease of the hips, begin to sink the heels down towards the mat. With an inhale, shift into a plank. And exhale back into a dog. And again, inhale into a plank. And exhale back into a dog. One more time. Inhale into a plank. And exhale back into a dog. Drop the knees. Keep the hips right over the knees. Walk the hands out, coming into a half dog. And allow the forehead to drop down towards the mat, even as the forearms are pushing up. One more breath here. And then walk the hands back and press back into downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, roll the hip open, bend the knee, turn, find your breath. And then keep the knee bent as you level the hips and shift forward into plank, right knee, right upper arm. Hips reach up for the ceiling. Arms are straight. Shoot the right leg back and lower it down. Left leg up. And then roll the hip open. Bend the knee and turn. Two straight arms. Keep the knee bent, level the hips. Left knee, left upper arm. Shoot the leg back. Three-legged dog and lower it down. Walk the feet up to the hands. Get the feet hip distance apart. Bend the knees a little bit in your forward fold. Wrap the arms around behind the legs, maybe holding the elbows or the forearms, and allow the spine to be nice and long. Take a nice breath. Nice. Release the arms. Peel up. Knees stay bent until you come up. Land in mountain pose. Close the eyes. Arms drop. Shoulders hang down. Get the sense of being able to breathe into the whole body. And then opening the eyes, big toes together. Sweep up with an inhale. Dive down with an exhale. Hands to shins. Raise the shoulders, roll them back, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Thighs press back, fingertips reach. Exhale, hands to heart. And again, sweep up with an inhale. Dive down with an exhale. Halfway up, inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Sweep up with an inhale. Dive down with an exhale. Plant the hands this time. Right foot back. Keep the legs straight and look forward. And then drop the right knee, unfurl the toes, and sweep the arms up. Nice. Hands down, plank. Lower all the way down, elbows under the shoulders, come into Sphinx. And then forearm plank, furl the toes under. Find your breath here. Knees down, Sphinx. Hands down, downward facing dog. Right leg up. Step the right foot forward, coming into a lunge. Left leg stays straight. Look forward. Then drop the left knee, unfurl the toes, and sweep the arms up. So just inviting some space into the body. And down. Step back into plank. Lower to the floor, come into Sphinx. And then forearm plank. One more breath. Back into Sphinx. And back into downward facing dog. Take a deep bend of the right knee, come onto the ball of the right foot. Left leg is straight, left heel pivoted into center. Press the floor away, press the hips back. Turn to the left. Nice, come through center. Bend the left knee. Onto the ball of the left foot. Right heel, pivot it in. Turn to the right. And back to down dog. Bend the knees. Look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat and sweep up. Dive down. Plant the hands. Right foot back. Right knee down. Sweep the arms up. Palms together, thumbs at heart center, right elbow over left thigh, turn. One more breath. Come back through center, sweep the arms up. Hands down, plank. Next breath here in plank, lower down, come to cobra. And down, downward facing dog. Right leg up. Roll the hip open, keep the legs straight, and reach. Drop the left elbow down and turn. Notice your breath. Keep that right leg raised. Press back into a three-legged dog. Shift into plank. And just for a moment, left arm up. You may fall over like I just did. Left hand down, back to three-legged dog. Drop the right leg, find your breath. Bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat, and sweep up. Dive down. Left foot back, left knee down, sweep your arms up. Palms together, thumbs at heart center. Left elbow over right thigh, turn. Pull that right hip back. Nice. Come through center, sweep the arms up. Hands down, plank. Moment of plank, find your breath, and then way down, cobra pose, elbows in, and down. Downward facing dog. Left leg up, roll the hip open, keep the leg straight, and drop the right elbow down. Turn. Leave that left leg lifted as you press back into three-legged dog. Shift into plank. Just for a moment, right arm up. Bring it down. Back to three-legged dog. And lower the left leg. Find your breath. Bend the knees and look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat and sweep up. Dive down. Plant the hands. Right foot back, right knee down. Sweep the arms up again. Press down with the feet. Palms together. Thumbs at heart center. Right elbow over left thigh. Turn. Use the press of the palms to create some more rotation in the spine. Roll the back toes under and straighten the leg. One more breath. Spin it up into a high lunge, thumbs at heart center. And then sweep the arms up. Hands down. Chaturanga or floor, up dog or cobra. Take your time. Downward facing dog. Take a deep bend of the right knee. Look at the left leg straight. Keep it straight, but pivot the left heel into center. Walk the hands just a little closer to the feet. Shorten up the dog just a tiny bit. And then pressing the floor away with that left arm. Pressing down with the ball of that right foot. Right hand crosses through for the outside of the left ankle or shin. And you turn. Straight, strong left arm. One more breath. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat and sweep up. Dive down. Plant the hands, left foot back, left knee down, sweep the arms up. Palms together, thumbs at heart center. Left elbow over right side, turn. Curl the back toes under and straighten the leg. Sweep it up, high lunge, thumbs at heart center. Sweep the arms up. Hands down, chaturanga and up dog, or your transition. Down facing dog. Take a deep bend of the left knee, come onto the ball of the left foot. Right leg stays straight, right heel pivots into center. Walk the hands just a little closer to the feet, a little bit of a shortening of the dog. Right arm straight, strong, pushing away from you. Left ball of the foot, pressing down. And then left hand outside of that right ankle or shin and turn. One more breath. Dog pose. Come onto the knees. Bring the elbows where the wrists were. Interlace the fingers. And then press up and back into dolphin, walking the feet in a little bit towards you without letting the head shift forward. Press down with the forearms. Reach up and back with the hips. Take a breath. And then drop the knees. Keep the toes curled under, unlace the hands, walk the hands back, sit back on the heels for a moment, interlace the fingers, push out in front, and back. One more breath. And then take it into a little tippy toe squat for a moment. You can stay where you were if you're feeling a little wobbly today. Really nice. And back to all fours. And back to downward facing dog. Raise the right leg, roll the hip open, bend the knee. And then a big step forward with that right foot. Left leg stays straight. Take the left hand down and turn to the right. A little simple twist. So. One more breath. Bring the right hand down, heel toe that right foot off to the side. 2 hands in the center. Drop that right shoulder. Take the right hand, bring it through, holding for a moment outside that right ankle. And some pressure there between the hand and the foot, the shoulder and the leg. Stay there for a moment. Or take it into a bind. Keep the breath moving, whichever option you chose. Nice. Both hands down. Drop the left knee down. And then I like to kind of angle the foot out here. So keep the right heel on the mat, but angle the right toes kind of off to the right. Let the hips sink forward. And then take the right hand, reach around, hold the inside arch of the foot, the big toe side, and draw it in towards you, sinking forward with the hips and turning the chest face forward. One more breath. Nice. Release that foot and step back into downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank. Lower all the way down. Clasp your hands behind you. Locust. Right. Upper body strength here. Kind of a lower range of motion, higher output in terms of strength. One more breath. Hard to breathe too. And down. Downward facing dog. Left leg up. Roll the hip open, bend the knee. Big step forward, right leg stays straight. Coming to a straight leg lunge. Leave the right hand where it is. And turn to the left, left arm up. Bring the left hand down. Wiggle that left foot off to the left a bit, making some room to bring both hands right in front. Sink the left shoulder down, left hand outside of that left ankle. And then some pressure there, right? Some activity between the hand, the foot, the shoulder, or the upper arm and the leg. Stay there for a few breaths or bring it around into a bind. Nice, both hands down. Drop the right knee. Unfurl the toes. And then again, I like to kind of widen that left foot, angling it out to the left a little bit. So I have the heel on the mat and the toes kind of angled off the mat. And then sink the hips forward. Take the right hand nice and wide, bend the right knee, reach around, holding the inside arch, the big toe side of the foot, and then drawing that foot in towards you, turn to face forward. One more breath. Nice. Release that foot. Step back into dog pose. And then shift forward. Either chaturanga up dog or your transition, downward facing dog. All end up in down dog. Bend the knees and look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat and sweep up. Dive down. Plant the hands, right foot back. Keep the hands on the mat as you pivot the right heel into center. And then fly the arms back alongside you. And on an inhale, sweep up into warrior one. Clasp the hands behind you. Draw the chest forward. Draw back and down with the hands. And then hinge from the hip, taking it into humble warrior. Let the head and neck go. Find your breath. Send out through the crown of the head and sweep it up. Warrior one. And fly the arms back. Pivot on that back foot, coming to the ball of the foot, and take it into warrior three with the arms back. Also sometimes called airplane pose. Find your breath here. Left hand down, right hand to the hip. Roll that right hip open and take it into half moon. Nice. Bring the right hand down, square the hips. Step back, high lunge, sweep the arms up. Hands down, downward facing dog. Shift halfway to plank, bring the right hand a little further out in front. Wiggle the feet towards each other, pivot to the outside edge of that right foot, stack the feet, two flexed feet, and reach up with that left arm. Side plank. One more breath. Left hand down, dog pose. Bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat, and sweep up. Dive down. Plant the hands. Left foot back, keep the hands on the mat for now. Pivot that left heel down. Pull that right hip crease back. Plant the feet strongly down. And then lifting the chest up just a bit, sliding arms back alongside you. On an inhale, sweep it up, warrior one. Clasp the hands behind you. Turn the chest forward and forward fold. Extend out through the crown of the head and sweep it up, warrior one. And then flying the arms back, pivot on that back foot, coming to the ball of the foot, and take it into warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3, with the arms back. Right hand down, left hand to the hip, roll the hip open, left arm up, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand down, square the hips. Step back into a high lunge, sweep the arms up. Bring the hands down, step back into dog pose. Shift halfway to plank, left hand comes a little further forward. Pivot to the outside edge of that left foot and arc up into side plank. One more breath. Right hand down, dog pose. Drop the knees. Nice, bring the elbows where the wrists were. This time, instead of interlacing the fingers, bring the palms together. And again, Press up into dolphin. Walking the feet in a little closer. Hips shift up and back. One more breath. Keep the hands as they are. Drop the knees down. And then your toes are rolled under and back. Keep them that way. Shift the hips back towards the heels and bring your prayer hands up over the top of your head, and your thumbs are kind of moving down, sort of towards the upper back or the back of the neck. And find your breath. Nice. Release the hands. Swan to all fours. And back to downward facing dog. Right leg up. Roll the hip open, bend the knee. Big step forward, warrior two. Widen your stance out if you like. A lot of times that first stance is not wide enough for us. Arms out. Find your breath. Straighten the front leg. Lift the palms up. And then really reach out as if you were offering somebody something on your hand, something that could fill. Nice. From there, right hand down to the floor or a block, left arm up. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Side angle pose, bend the front knee. Sweep that left arm alongside the ear, turn from the belly. Sand into the feet strongly, float it up and back, come right into reverse warrior, left hand down, right arm up and over. Nice. Back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Pivot that right foot so that both feet are parallel. And come into a forward fold, Prasarita Prasarita, Padmasana. Hands down. I like to line my fingertips up with my tips of my toes. Draw the forearms together so that they're parallel to each other. Lengthen the spine. And if you find the head easily touches the floor, shorten the stance up a little bit so that you get that nice lengthening of the spine. One more breath. Hands to hips. Press up. Angle that right foot out again, facing the front of the mat. Bend that front knee, come back into warrior two. And then hands down, dog pose. Shift forward into plank. Lower all the way down. Widen the legs as wide as the sticky mat. Widen the hands even further. Take them off the mat, nice and wide on fingertips. Roll the shoulder blades down and together. Draw the chest forward and peel up into the temple. And lower back. Downward facing dog. Left leg up. Roll the hip open, bend the knee. This big step forward, warrior two. Again, get a nice wide stance on the feet. Straighten the front leg, flip the palms up, just to get some more reach here in the arms. Reach out as you bring yourself into triangle pose. Notice if your breath is jaggedy, start to smooth it out. Bend the front knee, side angle pose. Standing strongly in the feet, float it up and directly into reverse warrior. Nice. Back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, parallel the feet, forward fold for Ardha Padottanasana. One more breath. Hands to hips. Slowly bring it up. Left foot pivots back to face the front of the mat again. Bring yourself back into warrior two. Nice. Hands down, dog pose. Shift forward into plank. Lower all the way down. Separate the legs. Separate the hands nice and wide. Shoulders roll back and down. Push down with the fingertips. Pull the chest forward. And down. Really nice. Downward facing dog. Right leg up. Pigeon, right shin forward. Wiggle that left foot back. Right, so a lot of times this first stance where that shin lands, that's just like not enough space for me to really get some length. So I need to furl the back toes under and lengthen that back leg out a little bit more. Bring the hands to a 45-degree angle to start. And feel like with the hands, you can press down and pull that right hip crease back a little bit. Nice. Now come onto the forearms, parallel them. And the same thing, that back foot, toenail side down, it's pushing down and pulling up towards you. And fingertips pull towards you. Right hip crease deepens a little bit. And then settle down for just a few breaths. Keep that nice full cadence of breathing. One more breath. Walk the hands back. Sit tall this time. You can use the same sort of finger strategy, hand strategy that you had with that temple cobra. Nice. Roll onto that right sitting bone. Swing the left leg around and either left shin parallel in front of the right shin or much like we started, left ankle crosses over right knee. Both hands behind you, fingertips down, and find length. Walk them in a little closer. And then from there, if possible, that's a lot of sensation, stay there. Otherwise, hands in front, forward fold. Nice. Walk the hands back. Uncross that top leg and come into a little modified boat pose. Knees are bent, chest is tall. And then keep your legs as they are. Just turn the upper body off to the right, 2 hands out. Come back through center. Same thing on the left, just cross over. And then come through center, cross the ankles, roll over, back into downward facing dog. Left leg up, left shin forward, pigeon. And again, right, that right leg, you may need to walk it back a little. 2 hands out in front at an angle. And then use the press of the hands to feel like you can draw that left hip crease a little deeper and further back. And then onto the forearms, and the same thing, now from a different angle, and now using the foot as well to press down with the top of that foot and pull the mat up towards you. And then from there, relax into it. Take one more nice breath, and then walk the hands back. And then again, taking that sort of little temple cobra positioning of the arms, bring some height. And then roll onto that left sitting bone. Right shin swings around and either parallel or stacked. Again, same 2 options. Hands behind you, fingertips face back. Walk the hands in a little closer, lengthening the spine a little more. And again, if this is, you're at your limit, stay here. Otherwise, take it into a forward fold of any depth. Nice. And walk back. Extend both legs out in front. Come into a nice staff pose. Press down with the hands. Open up. And then, leaving that left leg extended, bring the right knee in. Open that right knee up. Sit tall. Come into Janu Shirsha. Notice if your breath is still moving, easy and smooth. If you're so deep that you're not able to keep a nice sustainable breath, then back off a little bit. walk the hands back. Take that right hand behind you, left arm out in front, up and back, stargazer. And back. Pause for just a moment. And then take that right leg, stand it up so that you may want to walk it a little bit out so that the feet and the foot and the thigh are not that close. You have kind of a little room here. And then leaning all the way inside. Okay, different variations here. This might be plenty for you. Otherwise, that right arm, internally rotate it. And then wrap it around. Left arm internally rotates and wraps around. They can clasp, drop the head, just a breath or two. If your hands don't reach, don't fuss about it. And release it all. And switch. Right leg out, left knee bent on your Shirshasana. Fall. Right, so the goal here is a long spine that's draped over the leg. Try and keep any rounding of the spine out until you're where you finally land, at which point it can passively round and you stop moving forward. That's fine. One more breath. And slowly bring it back up. Pause for just a moment. Left hand behind you, right arm out in front, up and over, stargazer. And back. One more time, just pause. And then stand that left foot up. If you bring it too close, you're not going to have any room to get in the middle of it. So kind of out to the side a little bit. And then lean forward so that left shoulder gets nice and low. This may be plenty for you. Otherwise, wrap around into a bind. Let the head drop just for a breath. Nice. And release. Up. Roll back down onto your back. Bring the feet hip distance apart. And just press up into a nice, easy shoulder bridge, snuggling the shoulders underneath you, clasp the hands if they reach. Slowly bring it down. Keep the feet where they are. Just let the knees fall in towards each other. Bring the hands to belly just for a breath or two. And then bringing the knees back into one more shoulder bridge. Press up, snuggle the shoulders underneath you. And slowly roll down. And then stand into the feet, lift the hips, shift the hips over to the right. Knees float up a little and roll to the left. Just a nice, easy, simple twist. And as you do that, feel that sense that that right arm along the floor is sliding a little further. Slowly draw them back. Shift them back into center. Stand into the feet and lift the hips up. Shift them over to the left. Right knees float up and roll to the right. And the same thing. That left arm, that left shoulder, can it melt? Can it soften? And can it sort of slide away from you just a little bit? And then slowly back to center. Shift the hips back into center. Draw the knees into the chest. And just for a minute or two, Shavasana, slide the legs out. Open the arms up. And release all muscular action. Begin to take a few deep, conscious breaths. Slowly roll to your side. Pause for a moment. And then press yourself up to an easy seated position. Close the eyes. Draw the palms together, thumbs at heart center. Giving a little bow of your head to your heart. Delighting me on is delighting you. Namaste. Thank you for practicing. I hope to See you soon.